Hello, my name is Quinton Martin. I am a senior at high school in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Today I will be discussing what needs to be done to protect individual freedom and self-determination. The human race has a severe character flaw. One person always harbors a compelling desire to outrank the other. This ideology, in some cases, results in people being suppressed or even killed over characteristics as trivial as color, as the movie Selma demonstrates. Even today, individual freedom and self-determination, though guaranteed, are often not realized depending on one's race. The hatred towards African Americans never completely dissolves, and man's inhumanity to man seems to have no limits. One way to preserve individual freedom is by doing what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. fought so hard for in Selma, by voting. No one has the right to claim that a problem is too big to handle and then do nothing. King most likely thought that the issue of civil rights for African Americans was too big to handle, yet he persevered. People cannot expect the world around them to change if they do not vote for change. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. protested in Selma only 50 years ago. 50 years is a brief moment in time, and 1965 was recent. Yet African Americans and Caucasians alike were brutally beaten, sometimes to death, for supporting freedoms that all Americans should have. Even today, reminiscences of past discriminations have resurfaced, and the names of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown have won unfortunate notoriety. Such insidious acts of violence illustrate how little America has truly progressed in equality. Obviously, Americans have not grown into a race-tolerant nation. As first suggested by Edmund Burke 245 years ago, all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. The need to generate awareness of iniquity is crucial, and taking action against it is imperative. If one truly wishes to vanquish malevolence, he must be willing to rebel against it. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was conscious of the fatal risk inherent in his protests. Despite the dangers, however, he focused on securing equal rights for all Americans. King's example of selflessness, determination, and courage should have reintroduced America to the promise of its Constitution. Instead, his legacy has not defeated the injustice. I speak of what needs to be done to protect equal rights, but my words may be hypocritical. I plan to pursue bachelor's degrees in computer graphics and computer science, and a master's degree in computer science. Ultimately, I wish to become a freelance animator. However, I fear that what I have chosen to do professionally may not benefit the human race. Nevertheless, by reaching out to people who are considered society's outcasts, I hope to set a positive example for those around me. Every stereotype is only that, a stereotype, and I must not become just another young man with no concern for the human race. I have seen that the efforts of the past, heroic efforts, brilliant efforts, have not solved the world's problems. I have seen that injustice will not disappear simply because I want it to. Therefore, I am compelled not to dismiss any human being as unworthy, inferior, or insignificant. I am compelled to make a positive difference with my life. Thank you.
3:17.
Did you stop it?
No.
What? Why? What?
The last time I